am Dr. Dyan Haspel-Johnson, and it's time for a weekly sleep tip. So I've been talking in recent weeks about grief and the relationship between grief and sleep or insomnia, or sometimes actually also what's called hypersomnia, which is when we feel like we can't get out of bed and we're sleeping more than is normal. So a lot of times when there's grief, people sleep more than normal, or they have trouble going to sleep, or sometimes it's actually both. They can have trouble going to sleep, or they have disturbed sleep, but then they lay in bed for longer. And so all of those are things that you might want to address. If it goes on for a while, I would strongly suggest that you seek help. There are hotlines, there are therapists, there are support groups. It's really important to take care of yourself and be watchful of these signs that maybe you do need some resources and you do need some help. So I strongly suggest that you do that if you need it. One of the things, however, if you're in the process and you feel like you're managing it okay and you're just in this process of grieving, it's interesting to think about how memory has a relationship to sleep. I've talked in this space before in some of these videos, and actually also in my blog, about memory and how a lot of what's really important that happens with memory happens when we are sleeping. We take in information and receive it during the day. At night when we're sleeping, we take that information that we've received during the day, and we actually can do what's called consolidation. So we move it around and process it in our brains and put it in files. And then when we wake up and in the future, we actually recall that information. So we pull it from those files and then we receive it again. It's very interesting. So it's really important to get good quality sleep as best you can when you're processing grief. And one thing that I think can be very comforting is to know that when we are sleeping, we are integrating the experience of our grief, but also we can be going into those files where we store our memories of our loved ones, of our experiences that we're grieving, and we touch into that. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about what happens in dreams and how we process some of the things in dreams with regards to grief in a way that I think can be kind of comforting to know about. But keep in mind that when you are going to sleep, when you're in the process of grieving, that's actually an important time where you are processing, you are touching in, and you are integrating. And also, when you awaken, it's important to be engaged during the day, because as you do that, you're recalling some of those memories and you are receiving new information that helps you incorporate all that you've experienced, both positive and negative, and helps you to organize and make sense of that, and then to go back into that sleep time where you process that information again. So one of the things, if you're having trouble sleeping, that I would suggest is practicing some self-hypnosis techniques. I talk about those on my website, www.drdyan.com. It's DRDYAN.com. And you can also download some free materials from the link in my profile. And you can also get the Deep and Easy Sleep Self-Hypnosis package, where I teach you through videos and ebooks and audios how to use self-hypnosis for sleep. And you might get a lot of relief from practicing that, because it can help you with that transition. And of course, the grieving process, as I've talked about here, is a transitional process. So self-hypnosis can be very, very helpful in the process of organizing grief and integrating things and feeling some relief from that, but in a way that feels really empowering and holding of the space. So I hope this is helpful, and sweet dreams.